Self-discipline, mastering self-discipline. I used to be an undisciplined MFer. All the time, undisciplined, always eating whatever I wanted, drinking whatever I wanted, just lack of discipline, drinking too much alcohol, smoking too much weed, just all the time, just needed something, like couldn't even stop, always had to pick it up. If there was sweets, if there was cookies, I was always eating them. I just couldn't stop. There was like no off switch for me. Forget going to the gym. I would go to the gym and I would maybe go if I felt like going. There's gonna be a ton of cars coming by. I hope it's not messing with my audio. But I would go to the gym. I would go for a couple days when I was feeling pumped, and just fall off of that discipline. My self-discipline motivation just wasn't there. And that's what this video is about. I really want to talk to you about that, because today and every day, almost every day, there's some days where I'm totally pumped and I want to hit that workout, where I'm not even going to touch the foods that I shouldn't be eating, where I control myself, my eating, and I'm not just a fat, slob, just eating whatever I want and just piling it on, eating way more than I need to. And like I said, I used to be that guy sitting on the couch, binge watching Netflix, eating a bag of chips, eating a pint of ice cream, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and then just like drinking a 6-pack every single night. And I want to make this video today because I quit all that. I'm not here to brag, but I want to talk about that discipline, because I didn't want to work out today. I wasn't feeling it. I was tired. Last night I worked way too late. I was almost up for 24 hours yesterday. Working all day yesterday, working super late hours, pushing myself. And then this morning I didn't get up on time. I was tired. I was just off my game today. And then I have to do the workout, right? I have to do the workout. And so I went to do the workout. I'm like, man, I'm not feeling it, but you know what? I'm just gonna show up. And this is what I want to talk to you about today, because when you want to have discipline, you want to master yourself, and you want to have self-discipline motivation. It just takes showing up. Once you start learning to show up, once you learn to show up every day, no matter what, and I'm going to give you a trick that you can use to make sure that you show up every day. Like it's so easy. I wish I was living this all my life. I'm 44 years old right now, and I'm just learning this right now. But it all has to do with mindset, first of all. And then what you got to do is, like, number one, do you want it? That end result, do you want that end result? And then number two, are you going to show up? Just show up. Show up is like the hardest and the easiest thing to do. Once you show up, like I showed up for the workout today, but you know what I told myself? I told myself that, hey, just do a half-ass workout. Just show up, do reps at 50%. Just get in there, just do it just to say I did it, just so I could go to sleep at night feeling like I actually did something. But you know what? I got into the workout, first set, and I busted out more pull-ups than I did on my last time I did back and biceps. I did pull. Today was a pull and split day, and I did more. I was coming in strong, and I didn't feel it at first. But it's all about showing up, and I wouldn't even have gotten there. And pushing the numbers that I'm pushing right now as far as my body. And I'll tell you what, yes, I want to be doing more. Do I get frustrated because I don't make the gains that I want as fast as I want? Yes. But right now I understand this in my level of pursuit, and failing so many times in the past, where you just stop, you gain momentum, and you get to a certain plateau. It's like you're rising, and then you stop, and you could still go so much further, but for whatever reason you just stop right there, and then you just backstep, and you go back to all your bad habits. You go back to all that bullshit that you were doing in the past, drinking too much, drinking every night, hanging out with people that aren't that good for you, partaking in habits that just suck, eating way too much. You drink every night, or whatever, you drink and you're on a night that you shouldn't be, because you got to go to the gym the next day, or you got to get up early and you got to do that work, or you got to do whatever to build your business. And so you drink the night before, you're like, oh, fuck it, and then what happens? You have one, I'll have three, cut off at 3. Next thing you know, you're having 4 and 5 and 6. It gets harder to turn it off the more you go. And then what happens the next day? You're hungover. You might not think you're hungover, but you are. You don't have as much energy. You can't get as much done. You don't have enough focus. You got a late start to the day. And so your discipline's just out the window. You're so far behind the 8 ball at that point, it's ridiculous. So showing up with the discipline, number one, don't drink, don't eat, don't drink the things that you shouldn't, don't eat the things that you shouldn't, don't partake in the actions and habits that you shouldn't partake in. Video games, porn, whatever the case may be, binge watching Netflix, whatever the case may be, put in the work, show up, even if it's a half-ass work. Maybe you want to review on what you need to do to grow yourself or build your business or whatever it is, start learning and just show up. Like, you don't have to learn it all today, but show up and start taking the baby steps. Like, back to what I was saying about working out, like I show up every day, and yes, I don't make the gains that I want to make every day, but I show up for the workout. And you know what happens? Like, I started making gains like in certain body parts, like all of a sudden, like my chest got bigger for a little bit. Like, I got really strong, and now I'm at a plateau, and I've been there for a while, and it's frustrating. But I'm not going to stop showing up, and I'm not going to stop pushing hard for that. And then I got lucky. Like, my shoulders, like they went up, they spiked up. So now I got like a good shoulder press going on in the front. My front delts really blew up. Never would have got there. Never, ever, ever would have got there if I didn't have the discipline to show up every single time. And this is what it takes, right? You have to learn whatever result that you want in your life that you don't have right now. You're chasing the result, but it's not about the result. It's about the person that you become in the process. You have to become the person that deserves to get the bigger muscles. You know, you don't just get that overnight unless you're taking fucking steroids. But you know, you have to become that person. You have to be the person that put in that work, that has driven through the mental fortitude to work out when you don't want to put in the time, to actually earn that. And the same thing goes with your business, with your relationships. If you don't show up and show that discipline to show up over and over and over again, then you have not put in the work to become that person that deserves that result. Last thing to say here is the result is the wrong thing to look at. You don't want to look at the result because it's not about the result. Every time I looked at the result, I always feel so far away. I feel so far away from my ultimate goal. You know, I set those big goals and I always feel so far away. But the easier thing to do is to set the goal to just show up today. Just show up today. Put in the work today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just know that the person that you build today, if you can build discipline today, you can build more discipline tomorrow. And each day you stack on discipline and more discipline. And each day's a win, and you're stacking wins, and you're getting up early, and you're hitting that workout, and you're working on yourself, and you're doing that meditation, and you're learning more, and you're educating yourself, and you're working out, and you're showing that discipline. And then the next day starts over again. And then again, you're stacking the wins over and over and over again. And this will build your momentum. The work is in the worth. The worth is in the work. The more work you do, the more worth you'll build for yourself. The more worth you build in yourself, the more you want to do the work to build more worth. And this is momentum. This is the foundation. It starts and it goes and it goes and it goes. Start with a 30-day challenge, something that you're slacking in, something that is you don't have the discipline to stop, or you want to switch something. Do a 30-day challenge for yourself. Just say, mark down day 1 is today or day 1 is tomorrow, right? Either today or tomorrow. Don't wait, don't slack. Make today, today or tomorrow, day 1. Pick what you're going to do and just stick to it. At the end of the 30 days, be like, oh, maybe I should have picked something else. Oh, well, but I'll tell you what, at the end of that 30 days, you will have more self-worth than you did now. And you'll be proud of yourself, and you'll be ready to take on the next challenge. You'll be ready to grow yourself. All right? Don't sleep on yourself. The worth is in the work. Get after it. Start today or tomorrow, one of the two. Let's go. Let's get it.